Hi everybody, my name is Emily.
And I'm Ricky.
And this is our new channel.
Eyeball Party.
Eyeball Party! Why did we name it that? Who's to say?
It's a party for our eyeballs.
Yeah, so like my whole idea behind it was like, we're watching things with our eyeballs, we're having a spectacular time, it's a party, and everyone's invited. Including you.
So you can watch with your eyeballs.
Indeed.
Today we're going to watch Moon Knight, which just came out today. And I kind of messed up. I already watched it because I'm a Marvel fanboy and I watch every bit of Marvel content as soon as it's released. Emily has not watched it, so...
No, because I don't watch the stuff. I know about Marvel. I've seen like maybe half of the Marvel stuff. Maybe.
Yeah.
Is there anything in this that I might be confused by, you think?
No, there's not really any connection to the other Marvel stuff.
Okay, well, who is this man?
He's a man.
Okay.
His name is Stephen Grant, and there is nothing else of mystery
They did
here.
not do a Steven again.
His name is Stephen
There's
Grant.
like 4 Stevens in the Marvel Universe.
Stephen Grant is a British archaeology museum
Oscar
worker.
Isaac's gonna be British.
And he's British.
I'm about to fall in love.
And at least a part of him is...
Okay, stop spoiling it.
And we will.
We're gonna watch it. All I know about it is that it has something to do with like D.I.D. If you don't know, that means dissociative identity disorder, which I know a weird amount about. I got kind of absorbed in D.I.D. YouTube like 3 years ago or something, and I don't know anyone who has it. I don't have it, but I think it's cool to learn about. I'm just interested in psychology in general, so I'm interested to see if this portrays it accurately. If you have seen Split with James McAvoy, that's like infamous in the D.I.D. community or whatever for being like super inaccurate and like a negative portrayal.
Yeah, I don't think this goes like that. Like that goes over the top with all the personalities and stuff.
I just know there's going to be a murder personality, and that's
this treats it a bit better, I'd say, than that film, and I will not explain how. We will simply watch.
Okay, let's watch.
Yeah.
Headphones engaged. Ooh, artsy. Is he gonna be magic?
You're not ready for this.
Wait, is it gonna be scary?
No.
Okay, because I can't deal with scary.
It's not scary. It's just weird. This is just weird.
I like things that are weird. All right.
That's not the weird part.
No, he's gonna... Wait, what? No.
Seems like some preacher shit, right?
I was about to say, is this like some weird religious practice?
So, yeah.
Oh, he's gonna harm himself. He's gonna bleed.
Not a peep of that guy.
So is that Oscar Isaac?
No.
Who is this man? Does this have like Doctor Strange lore in it? Because I'm not gonna know anything.
I don't know if it has any actors. That's an interesting thing, because I think most of at least the main actors are like American, and this part takes place in Europe.
Interessant.
But it's the Bacon. The Kevin Bacon.
Stop telling me things. To be honest though, I wouldn't recognize Kevin Bacon if I saw him.
Wait, is it Kevin Bacon? Or is it Ethan Hawke?
I know what Ethan Hawke looks like.
I think it's Kevin Bacon.
No,
He's got a strap on his ankle.
You have to not point out everything that happened.
Just saying.
I'm gonna guess he's in a mental hospital or something.
No, this is just his house.
Sand.
He didn't see no other footsteps out.
Oh. It's like that?
Mm-hmm.
You should just have a system journal like all the other D.I.D. people do.
Well, I don't know about that, but...
They leave each other like whiteboard messages.
He's certainly got some stuff like that.
Maybe one day, right? I mean, he'd love to get out there, but it's a bit hard with one fin.
That's his accent?
Yeah.
No.
Right in front of my entrance.
Oh my gosh.
Got no problem with it.
That's so pretend. I can't tell if I don't buy his accent just because I know he's Oscar Isaac or if it's not good.
Well...
It's like Emma Watson when she did... No, that was just not good.
The Olive Garden.
The what?
The Olive Garden.
The Olive Garden.
Yeah, maybe not. But in there, something wicked.
He sounds like Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins. It's a jolly holiday with Mary.
Yeah, it's very over the top.
You're bloody useless unless you're actually doing what you're paid to do, which is to sell these.
I know that none of these are actually British actors because I don't recognize them, and I know every British actor because I've seen every episode of Doctor Who.
You know every British person.
Mm-hmm.
Are you asking me out?
You're funny.
She walked up
see
like
then.
7 p.m. steak, and he's like, "What?"
Stevie,
He's like the guy from Night in the Museum.
Yeah.
All the
There's
stuff
the
is
Night at the
gonna come to
Museum
light.
energy for sure.
I low-key love that movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
this is some weird audition to tour guide here. The answer's still no.
No, what I'm trying... That's actually crushing to hear. But what I'm trying to point out...
Listen, if you don't stop nattering at me...
Okay,
I
who
swear
wrote
I'll
this
shove
script?
you in a
Who wrote the script? They never heard a British person speak in their
If
life.
you don't stop nattering,
That's not a thing people say. I don't think. I want to know if his different personalities are going to have different accents. Because that's a thing that happens.
We're on a date. I didn't even ask her. I don't know how it happened.
Did she actually ask him out?
well,
I couldn't tell.
it seems like he has already asked her out at a previous time that he does not remember.
Oh, so it was a joke because he had already done it.
He doesn't remember.
Oh, he doesn't
doing it.
remember doing it? No. Is this from the comics? Are there
I don't
comics
know.
about this?
I haven't read these comics, but like in the comics, there is definitely a Stephen Grant personality.
Let's start with trying to solve a puzzle. Solving puzzles is a great way to keep your mind awake. Bored with puzzles?
He's avoiding going to sleep because he's scared about waking up with someone else.
Bingo.
That's not the way to do it. From what I can tell, people tend to be triggered by, like, they switch more when they're triggered by something in their life that makes them uncomfortable or have PTSD in some way. And so I feel like
Interesting that you say
having
that.
less sleep would make it worse. Right?
I think it has more to do with if he goes to sleep, he knows for sure he's gonna hand over control.
You don't have to necessarily. He just needs to connect with his alters. He needs
Well,
to
he did.
communicate with them. Oh, he just woke up. Oh no. Somebody did something. Did they? I wonder if they ever show him switching.
Where are you?
Surrender the body to Mark.
Sorry, what? The body? What?
The body. Yeah. This is in his mind, right? Because otherwise, if he's just listening to voices, like, 'cause that's not how it works. This is either in his
No,
mind
the
or he's
voice-
just woken up and someone else has done something else.
The voice is not one of the personalities.
What?
The voice is another entity.
That's the thing. When they add like supernatural or like superhero-y elements on top of the D.I.D, it's like so confusing because
Well,
like it's already such a weird,
Yes.
seemingly fictitious disorder. Like it seems like it wouldn't even be real. It's like a plot in and of itself.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, it's Ethan Hawke.
You said it was Kevin Bacon.
I said it was Kevin Bacon. It's Ethan Hawke.
That's clearly Ethan Hawke, and he is a monk. What? Where is he? What is going on? This is a cult. This is a cult. This is most definitely a cult.
Cult times.
In Amit's name, with but a fraction of her power.
Whomst?
Amit.
No. No, no, no.
Yeah, tattoos move, you know?
No, no, no.
Oh, only when it's supernatural.
What in the
god
Death
tattoo.
Eater is going on?
No Death Eaters.
That's what their tattoos do. They wiggle.
If this homemade Doc Mark won't convince you...
This is so weird.
You know what else? He still's got broken glass in his shoes.
This man here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm wondering now is what is that about? What's gonna...
Yeah.
Did he just kill that person?
Did he do it or did Amit do it?
She just perished and everyone's fine?
Yes.
No one cares? She's fully dead.
She.
Is he even in London?
She got
Where is
drained.
he?
Here. So strange. Sorry, but...
Is someone actually controlling him, or is this like his personalities fighting with each other? Because that's not how it works.
It's both. It's both.
No, the idiot's back.
Oh, I see. He's got a murder personality.
Mercenary
What'd he
personality.
do to those folks?
He mercenaried to them.
Has to be a dream.
See, he thinks it's a dream.
I'm thinking it's not, but I'm trying to discern how much of this is D.I.D. and how much of this is Marvel bullshit.
Well, I would say everything that we've seen happen has happened. But
Poor chicken lady. Why do they need this thing?
they need it.
Is this like
for
the
stuff.
beetle from Aladdin? He has a gun. And there's dead people in his car, I'm assuming. Yep, okay.
Yeah.
Nope, 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 nope. Big nope for me. No, no.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Okay, so evil him is taking over, basically.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's been done. Oh, he's fine now?
Yeah. It was just a dream, right?
No. Wait, but why did that seem like a fake place? That wasn't even London.
This?
Where was that?
Oh, that other place? That was like the Alps or something.
When did he travel to the Alps?
Not while he was awake. Not while Stephen Grant was awake.
Want the fish?
Someone replaced his fish to make him think everything was fine and that it was only a dream.
Yes. It's not looking so good, is it?
Is it because it's like 3 days later?
Well,
He's gonna look at the date and he's gonna be like,
how long would it take him to travel back from the Alps?
Probably a while.
Sunday, sir.
No. So, really?
That's really sad because like that is how it actually happened.
That's, see?
Oh, she loved the flowers. Yeah. Laters, gators.
Yeah, I don't know where the latest gators came from.
I think that's just a quirky thing of his.
Yeah. Glady was able to have conversations with his mom that totally exists and was totally talking to him.
Stop spoiling stuff!
I don't know.
You're saying his mom's not real.
I mean, they didn't reveal it in this episode, I think.
Okay, so you don't, because you haven't seen anything else.
I don't understand why his mom would know who Stephen Grant is if...
Well, that's his main alter. Like, that's his host. Like, that's the original, and then the other ones are formed after
Maybe.
he was born. That's how it works.
Or one of the other ones was original and this one was taken over.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm just saying.
Oh, deductive reasoning. Okay, Sherlock. Why does he live in, like, a literal cave?
Yeah, basically.
Not a Motorola Razor. Hoomst.
Layla Duchamp. You'd think you know, man.
Well, no, it's amnesiac walls. It's the whole point of the disorder.
By now, with all the different stuff he's noticed.
It's not just going to make him remember. He just doesn't know the details, and that's why he's confused. But he's going to know it's somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe he's just not educated on what he's got, and he just knows he wakes up and does weird shit sometimes.
His reflections shook his head at him. We got weird reflection business now.
Silly. No. Okay, so is he hallucinating or is it actually magic? Like, what's going on?
At this time, meh. I don't know about D.I.D. for this part as much.
That's what I'm saying. There's something else at work here, and it's
a
just
mix.
made complicated by the fact he has multiple
It's a
people in his
mix. Yeah, it's a mix.
Hello? Not lipstick.
It's not personnel, it's drag.
Where does he live? Does he live in an abandoned hotel? This is a very horror movie.
He's clearly very scared.
Same. It's the cult?
No.
No. Big monster. This is very Doctor Who. This is like an episode of Doctor Who, for real.
Yeah.
He's literally one of those crazy people at the bus that you want to avoid. Who is this Birdman? He looks like one of the plague doctors, but also a skeleton.
A bit.
See, this is hard because sometimes you can't tell if it's just a normal jump cut or if he's losing time.
But she was betrayed.
Was she?
By indolent fellow gods.
The Avengers?
No.
By who?
She was betrayed by other, Egyptian gods.
Where is Thor in this whole equation?
I don't think Thor
He's a
gets
god.
involved with the Egyptian stuff. Well, yeah, but not all gods are friends.
I don't like that they're all real.
I just think it's interesting that his first argument was she could have killed baby Hitler.
In theory. He can't read him because there's too many people in his head.
There's too much stuff.
There's too many people. He has no idea.
There's chaos in you.
Yeah, it's because there's multiple brains, dude. There's all... you can't know. Some of them are good folks, and some of them might have done some stuff, you know? Everybody's done something. There's chaos in him. Who's the voice?
I don't know. We'll see in the
If
credits.
that's one of his, like,
it's not,
personalities, then, like,
it's not him. It's not Oscar Isaac. It's definitely an Egyptian god.
Oh. I thought it was one of his altars. Do we get to hear his altars? Where's his altars at? I want to meet his altars.
Only Mark is around right now, I think.
Hello?
So what happens when you're in the museum at night?
Stuff comes to life.
Every time.
Is it gonna... No.
Say, like, reflection business.
No.
Reflection business.
No.
Reflection business.
I'm not a fan of all that.
We're doing reflection business now. And it just crawls on the ceiling instead.
I swear, this literally looks like one of the monsters on Doctor Who. There was an episode
Oh, yeah.
where they had these, like, bat things that literally ate kids.
You need to give me control. Do you understand? What control of what? What are you talking about? That thing's about to break through the door.
Who is he?
He doesn't want to give up
If
control.
they're just using the mirror as, like, a device to illustrate what's going inside his head, that makes sense. That's fine.
I think that's mostly what it is. Now he's gonna let it take over.
So
He's
is
gonna
he
let
the murder
Mark-
alter, or is he a good guy
That
that's
is-
just more brave than him?
Both.
Okay. Because, like, if he's like, I'm crazy, I'm chaos, blah,
No.
like, that's
No.
just dumb. That's
No.
split nonsense.
He only does violence for
That's
reasons.
how he switches?
Yeah,
That's the switch?
that's the switch.
No. You don't go into full body convulsions.
Well, that's not the switch to Mark. That's the switch to...
Steve?
This guy.
Hello? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
That was...
Is that how he sees himself in his head?
No, that was Moon Knight. That was
No,
Moon Knight.
he did not.
Look,
he did not grow
you-
a costume from his skin.
No, you gotta understand.
That was how he sees
Listen.
his head. That's how he
Listen.
sees himself in
No,
his mind.
no, no, no.
He's not wearing a costume.
There's supernatural business. There's
No.
supernatural
That's dumb.
Egyptian god
They made it like that.
business. And the god's name is Khonshu.
They need to think about what they've done.
Listen.
They need to explain themselves.
Listen. What I think is happening is right now there's two personalities that are human personalities. There's Stephen Grant and there's Mark.
Mark.
Whatever. I think Mark was the original, and I think Mark is the one that got involved.
Well, yeah, okay. So if we're talking about the psychology, and I'm not an expert. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just watched a lot of videos and listened to a lot of podcasts. But what I've heard is that the way D.I.D. is formed is a traumatic experience happens to you repeatedly throughout your childhood. And typically the altars form as a way to protect your brain from experiencing that or remembering that trauma. And a lot of times they form as someone who the child thinks would be more capable of handling the situation. So his little strong guy totally makes sense as an altar. Like, it would be someone who could handle a traumatic situation and protect him.
Or,
you know?
the flip side of that, Mark is the original and doesn't like all the violence and stuff that he has to do, so creates an altar that
Well,
is
that's
super
not how altars are
non-violent.
made. Like, that's not how altars are made. Altars are made as, like, a last resort when you can't escape a situation. You're too weak to, like, defend yourself because you're a little child.
Like-
I want to see if we're going to have, like, flashbacks into his actual childhood of when either one was created and, like, how that came about. And if they portray it as if it was on purpose or if they portray it as a subconscious, like, survival mechanism, which is what it's supposed to be, like, what it medically is.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I don't think it would be on purpose because I don't think either personality likes the situation. But
For sure, yeah, no. And obviously they don't know about each other, so...
yeah, Mark knows.
Well, yeah.
Mark knows, and that's
well,
what
that's
makes
another
me...
reason of why I think that Mark is the altar, because usually the altars know about the host, but the host doesn't know about the altar. And the whole point of D.I.D. is to not let the host know that it has D.I.D. and to let it live a normal life and be protected from the trauma it's endured. Like, that's the goal. And, like, they'll pretend to be the host in order to survive.
I guess so.
You know?
But I'm not sure that they're going to be going with the fully...
I don't know. I think
accurate-
it would be stupid of them because there's been so many D.I.D. controversies as of late in, like, the media space, especially on YouTube. I won't go into it because most of it's really stupid. But you think that Disney would be a little more culturally educated and not put out something with disinformation.
We shouldn't get ahead of ourselves because
especially
Disney
there's so many teenagers on TikTok being like, I have D.I.D, but they like don't, but like a lot of them do, and then they're being discredited, and it's like a whole thing.
Well, maybe it will do its service, but we just haven't seen yet the origin of it.
Yeah. So far, I don't have
but my point is
particular issue with anything they portrayed, and I think it was good, and I think it was interesting, and I just need to know how much of it is supernatural, superhero stuff, and how much of it is internal.
That's what gets confusing, and I think the thing is, Mark obviously has a huge history, and like, Layla was calling Mark. Obviously, Mark had either a girlfriend or that's her sister or something like that, some girl that cares a lot about him. I'm just saying that there's a big history there. And also, I think we pretty much know, at least...
I don't think that means he's the original.
I don't know. But either way, Mark is the one that made a connection to Khonshu. Mark is the one that found Khonshu in the comics.
I wonder if he's the one who got them into this mess, or if...
Yes, I'm 100%
Steven got himself into this mess and then just completely blacked it out and Mark took over from there,
That's possible. I don't know, but like I know that in the comics, Mark basically goes to ancient Egypt and for archaeology stuff and finds the tomb of Khonshu or whatever, and Khonshu makes a deal with him, and now Khonshu can take control.
Oh.
So that's what Moon Knight is. That's what, when he's in the white, either it's that Khonshu controls him, or it's that Khonshu interacts with Mark to figure out what they need to do.
I think that's more of what it
Probably so.
is.
I think Mark is definitely going to have, and maybe Steven will eventually have some level of, there might be some level of integration.
That is actually a word that they use. A lot of this isn't defined.
It's like new stuff.
So specifically in the DSM, but then a lot of it is.
The DSM?
Yeah, it's the diagnostic manual for mental disorders.
Seems like I need this.
Yeah. No, you have a lot of the stuff that's
okay,
we both have things in the DSM. It's
okay,
what they use for every diagnosis for any psychiatric, psychological thing. So ADHD, depression, anxiety, whatever.
But isn't it things that literally everyone relates to at least a little bit? And
diagnoses in general are just a description of a cluster of symptoms. They can't tell you anything actually true about you. It's just saying, hey, we've noticed these behaviors in you. That falls under this category that we've made up for the sake of prescribing medication and treatment. Sure. I'm not going to go into my philosophy about psychology.
Sure, but either way, the reason I think there's going to be some integration or some fusion is because, I feel like, obviously this situation is really fucked up because, now Steven has to literally relinquish control, which he obviously doesn't want to do. Mm-hmm. And Mark has a hard time taking control from him.
But it's good that they're communicating, though. That's the whole goal is to have system communication, and that's how you function as a system.
And what I think is going to be his, end game is going to be having all his personalities integrated, having Steven integrated too. That way, I think, because Steven seems to know a lot about the Egyptian stuff. He seems to know a lot about the Egyptian gods, maybe more than Mark knows.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a reason
for
Steven to be a
from
part of it.
what I've seen, not every system has the goal of total integration, but a lot of times that is where treatment leads naturally, and that's cool too. And so if they show that process, that'll be interesting to see. But I don't know. I think that I like it so far. I think it looks good. I like the color palettes.
Yeah.
It seems like they're actually, it's still desaturated, but I really like these deep blues that they're using throughout the whole thing. I think that's pretty.
I'm just still on that. I feel like Mark is the main one because in the comics, either way, Mark is obviously a trained mercenary. Okay. So he's obviously been trained at some point in his life.
I'm going to make a bet that Steven is the original alter, or the host.
I'm betting that Mark is them.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see. I wonder if they'll reveal it by the end of this season.
I'm sure that they'll reveal more of the origins. They're going to reveal more of how the Khonshu business came to be with him.
I like it. Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think Oscar Isaac did a pretty great job. I mean, I feel like the accent's a little on the nose, a little exaggerated.
That's what makes me not buy it so much. I feel like Steven
Because
Grant
you think it would be a fake accent?
I think it's entirely played up, not intentionally. I think Steven thinks he's real and thinks he's British.
I think Oscar Isaac's just not that good at being British.
That could be, but I think they would have trained him enough. They would have gotten enough dialect trainers that they could have made the choice to make him have a more natural accent.
I think they are trying to portray him as a little bit fumbling and silly, so it makes sure that it makes sense that he would have an over-the-top accent,
Maybe so, but either way, I just seeing Steven Grant in this life, it feels like a patched together life. It feels like it was something that was patched together really late in his life, maybe just a couple years ago, and maybe just a couple months ago.
But also sometimes that's just the product of mental illness in general. You can't really accomplish much or have that many relationships when you're not there all the time.
Maybe, but obviously Mark did, and because Mark has that girl that was literally continuing to call him and called him literally.
I'd like to
as
learn
soon as he
more
found
about
the
Layla
phone.
before I make that conclusion.
I'm just saying it seems to me like Mark is the one that actually knows stuff and actually has like a semblance of a life, and Stephen
Maybe
Grant
so.
has this weird patched together.
Either way,
life.
I'm intrigued. I think it's interesting that Oscar Isaac produced this too. Wow.
Yeah, I told you, executive producer.
Okay, well, we're going to keep watching this, and we'll see whose theories are right. And, yeah, this is our first video on the channel, I think.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, basically, thanks for watching this far, if you got this far. And the idea behind this is that we're showing each other things that the other person wouldn't necessarily watch on their own, and broadening our horizons. So I'm usually not into Marvel stuff like this, but, yeah, I'm intrigued now, so... We all learned something, and if you want to see us watch some more stuff, go ahead and let us know, and maybe we'll take some just suggestions in the future, but for now, we're just showing each other things we want to see.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe as the show keeps coming out, we'll keep coming up with theories, and I don't think anything will get to the level of WandaVision, but...
Yeah,
this
I would be
definitely
down to
seems
rewatch
interesting.
WandaVision, honestly. Like, especially with the context of having seen more Marvel stuff since then. If anyone would be interested in seeing that. But,
After we
yeah.
watch Age of Ultron, probably.
I still haven't seen Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
I heard it wasn't, like, good.
No.
Okay.
No, it was not. It was okay. It was okay.
Okay.
I mean, you could tell Joss Whedon was a bit burnt
Can
out.
an Avengers movie really be fully bad? Like, it's still gonna be fun. Like,
It's gonna have some Avengers business. Come on. We all like Avengers business.
okay, cool. Well, thanks for watching. Subscribe to RSVP to future eyeball parties.
Bring your eyeballs.
Bring your eyeballs. That's a great tagline. We're so smart. Okay, bye.